Hey YouTube, it's Sean here with Unearthed Treasures. We're going to do an eBay tutorial today on how to list something and some best business practices to keep your store in good standing. Now some of you, this might be your first time ever listing. The entire video will be good for you. Others out there, you're going to have already been selling on eBay. There's still going to be good parts for you. It's just going to be another comparison point to how you're doing business versus how I am. But I will try to share as much as I know so that you guys can benefit. Alright, well I'm not going to help you show you everything about eBay. If you're brand new to eBay, I want you to go to the help and contact link on the page right here at the top. Click it and then type in how to create an account. Here you're going to get a lot of helpful videos on how to create an account, how to link your bank account, how to register as a seller, do all those things. I can't help you gain the confidence to put your credit card on the internet, all those things. I will tell you that I've been running a store for over 2 years. I've had no issues, and whenever I have an issue, I can use my bank, I can use eBay to arbitrate on those matters with the customer, and everything's worked out fine. So if that's your issue, I can't help you with that, but these will show you exactly how to link all your information so that you can sell on the platform. But with that, we're going to go into how to list your first item. Alright, we're going to use this Rain Spooner St. Louis Cardinals shirt as our first item example to list. Now, this is something that you might have like in your closet where you bought it a long time ago and no longer fits. You might have paid 90 bucks for it. We're just trying to get some money back. You don't have to pay taxes on any money if it's lower than what you bought it for. But say you found this at Goodwill, you paid $8 for it. You want to make some money and try to double, triple, or more your money. This is the kind of shirt that can do that. It's a Rain Spooner, which is a brand name Hawaiian shirt. It's also got cross collectability with the St. Louis Cardinals. And we're in summer, so this is the right time to list something like this. So instead of just copying everything I'm doing, I want you to think for a minute, what would you want to do as a buyer? What would you want to see online that would make you want to buy this shirt? That's how you start off every listing. So when you go to your photo booth, because photos is the first thing you need to take, you want to make sure that you have a clean area and that you have some good lighting. I don't have the best of lighting. I would say that my setup can use improvement, but just for I've sold over 5,000 items, had no issues. The lighting has been bad in a couple of pictures. I definitely see that I need to get a lighting set up, but it's not the end-all be-all. But for the most part, have a clean area. Make sure you take pictures of every part of the item that you're selling, whether it's a toy or a shirt. You want evidence of what condition that shirt or item was at the time you listed it. You want every angle, every side, so that if a customer has a return request and they claim that there was damage or something, you had already let them know what that damage was, and it was disclosed in your comments and your description below. Also, so when we're taking all the photos, we're going to write down all our deficiencies at that time. And then we're going to also take photos of measurements. For a shirt like this, I take photos of the shoulder measurements, that seam to seam from the sides, your pit to pit measurement. You double that, you're going to get your chest measurement, and then your waist. Then you also want the length from the back of the bottom of the collar all the way to the bottom of the shirt is the length. This is going to help somebody know that it fits them. Not everybody looks at the pictures, unfortunately. They're going to say, oh, size large, it should fit me. And they're going to go, it's too tight. You're going to get returns. I'm telling you, they're very low. You're going to more than make your money over time. For the occasional return does happen, but it's like 3 to 7% on items. So that's part of having a business. You're going to have things returned. You want to try to eliminate as many areas as you possibly can by providing a lot of evidence of the condition of the item and showing the cool features so that people are attracted to your item and they actually want to buy it. So if you're just starting out, you need to learn how to title your item. You might not know how to do the title. So I'm going to go over here and I'm going to show you how to use Google in your favor. Once you have the photos, you're going to have to download them to your computer, either by a USB stick from your camera or some type of connection, or you can email them to yourself, download them onto your computer so you have them in a file. I already have mine in a file, so they're here, and I'm going to pull up Google here, and we're going to restart it just to show you. This is how Google looks when you get on there. You're going to want to go to this camera symbol right here and click it. So once you click it, you're going to drag your picture over into the box, and it's going to search its database for anything that's like your shirt. You're going to get more than just your shirt because it's looking up images that are similar to as well. Now you can tell some of these results are our shirt, so that is good, but look at the prices are all over the board. I don't want you to take the Google search prices as your main price point. Later on we'll discuss going through the eBay prices for what's sold and using those to base our prices off, but you can also use the prices on this and in other areas if you know what you're doing, but you got to take them with a grain of salt, because some of these things, some of these sites overprice their inventory to the point where you probably never sell it. But here we're going to find, we found this eBay one, we're going to click it, and all I want to do is teach you to kind of, this one's a kid's shirt, so we can take everything but the kid's shirt part because ours is an adult size. We're going to come back to eBay, we're going to copy and paste this in, and then we're going to fix the title. So we're going to take out vintage right now. Unless it's 20 years or older, you're not going to qualify as vintage, so don't use that word unnecessarily. I don't think it helps you much. Let's look at the title structure and see if the main search point here is probably going to be the most popular part. So Rain Spooner is very popular. St. Louis Cardinals is very popular. But also, this is Major League Baseball. It's also a Hawaiian shirt, so we're going to put in Hawaiian shirt. Actually, we'll take out shirt because it's later in the sentence. But you kind of want the most searched item up front, then second the most searched item, then third, all the way on till you get your title. So here we have our title, and we're going to go and we're going to search real quick and look at what is on the market. This is going to help us with our pricing. So when we get into selling this, we got to look for prices. Right here you can see $70 pre-owned for this shirt. Looking for others like it. These are all what we would call listed prices. So these aren't what was sold, these are what are listed now and what people are selling them for now. This is under the sort of best match. If you really want to find the lowest prices, go to lowest, shipping plus lowest, and then search. Now some of these sponsored ones will come in the front. You got to pass those up and get down to the lowest one's $24.99, and that's the kids shirt. We're an adult shirt, so we're looking for a little bit more, and I know Rain Spooner can get more. Look, now we're starting to get into $34.99. Now I'll tell you, this is my listing right here, the $34.99 one. I had it listed higher, it didn't sell, but I moved my price down to hopefully hit the market during the summer. So $34.99 is what we're doing. But now we're going to go, if you've never sold before, you're going to hit this sell button at the top. This sell button will lead you to the next page. From here, we're going to hit create listings in this blue oval here, single listing. Then you're going to copy and paste your title in because you've already made sure it's a good title, and we're going to hit search. Now typically under here it's suggested categories. These are, you only can pick one category. You want to pick the category that your shirt best falls under. I would say that casual button-down shirts is good. Hawaiian shirts would be good. Major League Baseball. So here, we're probably going to go with casual button-down shirt, and then hope to find a Cardinals fan, right? Now, if I see on the related listings here my shirt, I can copy that listing and use it for my listing, and it will pick up all their details and specifics. You got to be careful about that because they might have flaws and put wrong information in their listing. So you want to store with accuracy. You want to be an accurate listing that clearly depicts your product and tells its condition and authenticity correctly. So if you use somebody else's, you're going to have to troubleshoot and make sure there's no flaws. For ours, we're just going to go in and we're going to go regular size. We'll just use XL for this example. Sleeve length, short sleeve. Color, when there's multiple colors, I just go multicolor. It's theme Hawaiian button up. Now we're going to continue without match. New with tags, that means a brand new shirt. Typically, you might get into some trouble if you start doing new with tags and you're not buying from a wholesaler. There are companies out there that will go after you. You can say pre-owned and then say with tags. Same difference. I think the buyer is a smart buyer today. They're going to go and they're going to see past that, see it's new with tags, and want that shirt, especially the price points right or the rarity of the items right. So I just hit pre-owned. Now if I had new with defects, I might write that, but usually I don't write new as a reseller because of eBay siding with some of the companies that go after resellers. I don't want to risk my store. So then you're going to go and you're going to get your photos. You're going to hit Control A and you're going to drag them all over into this box. Now with that, the main photo is going to be the first photo. If that's not you want the best photo in as your first photo. So I want to say that's not our photo we want. We want the front facing photo as our main photo. So right here is our main photo. Good. So in here you'll see all my photos that come with the size. I did the measurements and we're going to go from there. So down here, title is very key, like I was saying. Rain Spooner is the brand. Hawaiian style shirt, St. Louis Cardinals. People are going to look up that because they're a Major League Baseball fan. The scenic's almost unnecessary. You could put in here things like camp shirt. Things like that are keywords that help you. But keywords matter. You want to fill that out as much as possible. And then when you get under here, brand is Rain Spooner. Regular or big and tall. Make sure you, depending on what it is, you select the right one. Now, out of this required and additional optionals, this is the area where you can beat your competition. So you don't want to spend a lot of time in here, but when they go to advertise on Google, what the eBay has said in some of their literature is they use the ones with the most items filled out here as being accurate, that the people who took the time to take the best photos, that put the most details and specifics, those are the ones they advertise for a buyer to come to have a good experience with the platform. They're also looking at the seller's quality and their status within their system. So those three things tied together could get your items selling faster. So you want to fill out as many things as you can. So our pattern would be a graphic print. We don't have a UPC without a tag. Closures button. We're themes Hawaiian. We could also say themes Major League Baseball. Our accents. Go in here and look. Is it embroidered? There are buttons, right, to button it up. Does it have a zipper? Is it tasseled? What's the fabric type, right? Woven. And if you don't know, leave it blank. Features, any pockets, all seasons. I mean, it's all seasons, right? Some of these are, you just want to click them because you can't dispute it. It's all our opinion. Is it breathable? Is it colorless? Go in here and look at every one of these. Lightweight. Limited edition, probably, right? It's not going to be highly mass produced. All right, you want to make sure that it is true whatever you're clicking in there. So the fit, typically it's regular. Sometimes it'll say relaxed or other items. Material. When you go into your picture, you should have screenshotted what material it was made out of. So in here, this is a really bad picture if it was material. Let's see if it's on the front. There is one, I just can't read it, so maybe I took a better photo. Well, that is egg on me. I should have took a better photo to say that this was a cotton shirt, and I should have taken a better photo, to be fair. Now, this was an older listing, and I've improved since then, but let's talk about reality here. You don't have to have perfect listings to get sales, but I want you to know what can help you sell more from your store, because I've found a lot of secrets over time that have helped me keep the sales going even when I'm not listing, even when I'm maybe it's a saturated market and that items are being sold by a lot of people. I know how to beat them. Learn your collar styles. Know that this is a spread collar, you know, in the picture. Actually, it's a pointed collar. Pointed and spread. Neckline, collared, vintage. We're going to say no unless we can prove it. 20 years. Seasons. Fall, spring, summer. Leave off winter. Occasion. It's casual. It's travel. It could be party and cocktail. This one was Japan for region of manufacturer. So we're going to put in Japan. There's no model number on this one. It's not handmade. It's not personalized. The chest size, if I took the measurements from pit to pit, it's 24 inches. So my chest size is 48 inches. This is going to help the buyer know if the shirt fits them or not. It should be on the tag whether it's machine washable. You can put unit and quantity of one if you want, just to add more things. So condition description, when you were taking your photos, you were writing down all the things. You're checking the buttons. Is every button there? Are there any tears? Are there any stains? Are there any other observed defects of the shirt that you need to note in the condition description? So I might come in here and say free of stains and tears, right? And that lets the buyer know that I inspected it. So when they get it, if it's got a stain or a tear, they have a case to return it with a not as described, because I've told them that I've verified that thing's free of stains and tears. So in our description, we're going to paste our title. If we redid it up here, we'll copy it again and we'll paste it right back down here. I don't use the AI description. I think it's too much and buyers don't read all that. And then now the pricing. Over here, they're going to recommend a pricing. So let's see what they found that gets them that $24.99 recommendation. These are other Rain spooners. There's one sold for $22.50 right there. Any others? $17. Now I'll tell you, a lot of people sell for a lot less on here, especially if you can see it as a single listing or as an auction. So auctions seem to go for a lot less. So I put $34.99 as my price point. I don't want to be the bottom and I don't want to be the top. I want a good chance at selling, and if somebody sends me an offer, I want it to be something that I can accept. So what's my business model? How much do I want to allow somebody to talk me down before I hit the accept offer button? Now let's just assume that I bought this shirt for $9.99 or $8, right? So what price point at that do I want? So I really want $35 is my ideal, but anywhere around $25 to $20, it's going to be enough if it's sat for a long time. But early on, I'll probably try to get my $34.99 and just wait it out. In here, you got your payment policy. That's just linked to where you want to send your money, like to your bank account. Allow offers. I recommend always allowing offers. Don't turn this off. Why would you not want activity? Your store gets seen by more people when the algorithm sees that there's activity. Offers are activity. Even if it's a lowball offer, just counter it back up to the price you're willing to, and you don't have to put it at your lowest. If they go ridiculously low, just go $1 less than your top price versus maybe you would normally do 10%. You know, just keep going back and forth. Don't decline. My store stalls out after I decline these offers. So if I totally don't want to accept an offer, I'll just let it sit, and it'll time out in 24 hours. But usually I counter it, and sure, lo and behold, enough people send you an offer on the same item in a day or two, it just seems to sell at full price if you let it sit for a minute. So you do want that activity. You want to allow offers. I don't put minimum or anything. I want the activity. Schedule my listing. So if I turn this on, I can have this scheduled to list tomorrow. So say my business practice is to have 10 listings a day. Well, and I have 15 items today. I can list 10 today, and I can schedule in 5 to hit tomorrow. And then go on so forth all the way out into the future. You want to kind of keep consistency in your store, and the algorithm kind of knows that, and your activity and what they send your way is kind of correlated to that, but I have no facts to back that statement up. Just telling you based on my experience, having new listings every day helps your sales throughput. So down here, you're going to get into shipping. I have a business policy for shipping. Everything's Ground Advantage. I don't really, there's a very few items that I go away from Ground Advantage. So heavy and large goes to UPS. So over 25 pounds, bigger than 12 by 12 by 12, we're typically getting into the UPS categories. Now I'll go to the calculator and check it, but be aware of your shipping. And maybe I'll do a video just on shipping itself, because this is kind of an area where you could use help knowing what to use if it's your first time. If it's media mail, so if it's media like DVDs, books, you can use media mail. That's a lot cheaper than Ground Advantage at times. The Ground Advantage is getting pretty competitive with that as well. But you want to put the accurate weights and dimensions in here. And when I say the accurate weights, I don't really mean accurate. I mean, you want to be a little conservative. So in here, the trigger points for non-media mail, just like a regular package, is 3 ounces, 8 ounces, and then there's by every pound above that. So say you had something that was 9 ounces. You're just going to put 1 pound here in this box, right? And so this shirt, let's just say it was 9 ounces. I'm going to put 1 pound. And then in my dimensions, what am I shipping this out in? Not what size it's in now. What box or package am I going to ship this out in? just for, I've got a couple rules of thumb that don't move the needle. So like 14 by 14 by 4 will cover almost anything below what I use for my shirts. So I use a poly mailer for my shirts, unless it's a very expensive shirt. Then I'll put it into a box with a poly mailer. But that's what you want to do. And the dimensions are the outer dimensions of the box, not what's written on the box, but measure the box and then be conservative and go up to the next inch if you're on the borderline. Because UPS and USPS, they go above, if it breaks 14 at all, it goes to 15. And they will charge you back your shipping if you incorrectly labeled that. So package dimensions is based on the box that you're going to mail it out in. Package weight is with the box, with the packaging, and the item. So that 9 ounces is really my shirt, but let's say it was a coffee mug. Well, my coffee mug's a pound, but once I put a box and all the packaging paper, it's actually like 1.6 pounds. So I'm going to use 2 pounds in that case, because I got to consider my packaging and the box weight. And if you don't know, put it all together, put it on the scale, write it here, and round up by pound based on whatever comes out. Other than that, there's the promoted listings. So to reach more buyers, a lot of people talk about they don't use this, and so you'll get less clicks. You'll get less, eBay will send it to less people. But I find if you just kind of come in here and make it about 2 to 3%, it's worth the amount of money to get the extra eyes on my items. I don't use the campaign at all. I'm not doing charity. And then we're right here. It's ready to list, and we can send it off. That is how you list an item here on eBay. Be aware that this is just a very basic video. And I use the shirt as an example. There's so many other examples, but what I really want to drive home is be very descriptive of the item that you're listing, and be very good at your inspections to make sure you find any and all defects. So photos should cover all sides, inside, outside, all features. You can get up to 24 photos, so use them. And you can get away with 2 photos, right? So over time, the more experienced will use less or more, depending on what it is. I'm going to do another video on the listing quality report on eBay, and that function or tool will help you better your store and your listings if you follow it, because it's telling you, if I see these things, I'm going to share you more compared to your competitors. And so that's good intel to know to better our ways we get buyers to come see our items through the eBay system that we really don't control, but we're hoping that eBay does send our way. Alright, we're going to go over a little bit of how to price your item. So remember we had that Rain Spooner title here. We're going to search it up, and we're going to go through and see these are the listed prices. Remember, so here on the left you can sort by sold and completed items. So we're going to click this, and that's going to show you what has sold. This has ended recently, and we could sort by price, shipping, lowest, all that. But it says only one result right now for this. But matching fewer words, there's more here. So if you wanted to, if you were getting stuff in here that wasn't related to St. Louis Cardinals, you can subtract them out. But these all seem to be related to St. Louis Cardinals, so this is good. So the fans are willing to pay upwards of $95 for brand new, right? But you see pre-owned, $39.99. Same shirt as mine, so I put mine at $34.99. My shipping will be a little bit higher, so it'll balance out. $23.99, $25, as little as $14. Somebody went 60% off to sell that shirt. $74.99 brand new from Fanatics. So listing prices are all over the place, but you're kind of getting an indication of how you can base your price based on what people are willing And these are all sold in the last 90 days. So this is how many shirts have sold in the last 90 days. And before we clicked over here, how many of these things were listed? I'm going to change the title here to Hawaiian shirt. And see if that gives me, so 23 results there. Things that sold in the last 90 days. And then let's see how many are listed. So 59 are listed. So roughly there's a 50% sell-through rate. So there's a 50% chance your shirt sells for one of those prices in the next 90 days. The lower your price, the greater your chance it's going to sell. But if you want to get a top tier price, you might have to wait just a little bit longer. But look, is yours vintage? Is yours way older and nobody can get it anymore? Is it in a larger size that is more desirable? Those are kind of things that help you. But also in here, if you get a store, you can use other ways to search up pricing. So eBay has a thing called Terapeak. And in here, under the selling tab, we can do some research. So within that research, we're going to type in, oh, I didn't save it. Let me see if I can grab a title real quick. Did I get it? There we go. So we hit enter after we put our title in, and we're going to research what it sold. I think it goes back 2 years, if not 3. Let's see. So it goes up to 3 years back and gives you pricing. It says I couldn't find any sold in the pricing that I listed, but it's also checking for these exact words. So you can remove things to get more data. So let's go with let's remove MLB. Let's remove size large. Let's see if they get some sold. Alright, so we got some sold in this category. So it's saying there was 112 sellers, and it shows you the prices. So this one is selling for $39.99. The item sales, I believe, is the total of how many shirts they've sold over time. But in here, top price of $93. Auction $26, so it's lower. $17.25. Use these to get your idea, a sense of how to price it. Don't let this tool go to waste when you have it right at your fingertips. When there's good eBay data on the other system, I tend to not use this. When I think it's worth more and I can't find out why, a good price, I will come here as my final resort. Some people use a website called WorthPoint. I have not needed to use that so far. I'll use a Google search. I'll find it somewhere on another platform, and I'll typically make it just a little cheaper than their price and see if it sells. So it's okay to aim high and accept a lower offer. There's nothing wrong with that. This is going to conclude my first eBay tutorial video. This is basic on how to list with a couple tips in there. My goal as a content creator is to help you guys out there make a little extra cash. I'm not a full-time reseller. I'm a part-time reseller. I have a full-time day job where I do something else and I come do this on the side. So this is extra money for me to help get my kids through college, to help buy sushi, whatever I want, right? I'm hustling on my time to come and learn how to resell things, just to help the finances here at home a little more, instead of having a rigid second job. I have a very flexible second job where I can turn it off when my main job needs me more than my second job. So until next time, keep having fun, do the research, work hard, and most importantly, be kind.